up, world? What up, world?
Happy
what up,
Friday.
Happy Friday.
Oh my gosh.
boy?
Y'all, if y'all see me playing with this microphone, it's because it just fell literally like 2 seconds ago.
Let me not mess with mine too much because I was just doing the same thing.
Blooper.
On this hook, I'll fold the table up and stick. Yeah, I have a fold up table. I'm not all high tech and high class and stuff like y'all, but you know what I'm saying. I just fold the table up and I keep everything here because if not, this thing is horrible to get back on. So I just I do my thing. But you know what I'm saying. How's everybody doing this evening? Everybody's good.
Yes.
Having a good evening, good Friday.
Happy it's Friday.
Much needed.
Much needed Friday. Glad it's Friday. Oh yeah.
Oh man.
How about you, man? How you doing?
I'm good now. You know what I'm saying? I gotta tell everybody, you know what I'm saying, even if I have a rough week, things go down. My blessings is to be on this show with y'all. Is the coming here. I got two things that I look forward to every day and every Friday. Every day I look forward to getting home and seeing my wife and my kid. And then on Friday, I got three things. They look forward to seeing my wife, my kid, and my family, the Savage Squad. You know what I'm saying? So today's a great day. I'm good. I'm good. So, like you said, it's the Savage Hour with the Savage Squad. We are the Savage Squad. And it always got the family here. We missing one. She's on vacation right now, so she couldn't make it through. But we still, wish you out there. She's moving to Maryland, if anybody doesn't know, and so she's house hunting and things like that. We do miss you, V. We really want you to find that house and get out there. But V won't be on tonight. But we do have a special guest host tonight. We do have his last minute, but she came on. So I'm gonna introduce her. But we're gonna introduce the squad right quick. Starting with the lovely, talented B Bougie. What's going on, B?
Hey everybody, I'm so excited about tonight's guest. And I just want to shout out that we have our Military Fresh Network fam out there watching with us. So, hey everybody, we're so excited to have you with us. And our guest was also featured on one of their pages, Navy Fresh.
Yeah, that's right.
So I won't ruin it because I know that Beast is going to introduce our guest. So I'll just leave it there, but just let you know to build the anticipation. It's awesome.
Yeah, you don't want to miss this. I'm telling you, you don't want to miss this. Then I got my boy, my brethren, Doc. What's going on, Doc?
What's going on? How y'all doing? So I forgot to get my drink today. So at some point in the show, I'm gonna slide away to get my drink because I really need my drink today. But hope y'all doing well. So I did not post this week because I needed to order more cigars. I have today a San Cristobal. This is my favorite cigar. So I ordered some, so I'll be back next week asking you guys.
Why is it your favorite?
Get suggestions. It's smooth. It has full flavor. It pairs well with a lot of different like alcohols also and wine. So I love it. Yeah.
Not that you're an alcoholic.
No. I'm a cigar-aholic.
That's a bet. And last but not least, my boy from another mother, known him for a long time. You know what I'm saying? Happy he's here. I know he had a long stressful week. I know he's ready for happy hour. My boy Mo. Mo, what's good, Mo?
I'm as excited to be on today. I know I missed it last Friday, so I'm excited to be on today.
Yeah, we missed you.
Man, it's been rough. I'm telling you, little Mo's tired, man. Little Mo. My engine ran out, man. I had to refresh. I had to get a good weekend in, and I got one in. So I'm glad to be on this Friday.
That's a bet. Like we said, we're missing V. We wish her, everything is out there. She is still part of the Savage Squad. I want to let y'all know that now. She is still part of the Savage Squad. She's just out there on vacation. So don't spread no rumors saying that we replaced her. She's not here and all this other stuff. No. V is always going to be family, and she's just out on vacation. Like everybody has a vacation time, so she got out there to look for a house with her family. So, we support her. We're always gonna support our family. But we do have a special guest host today. She has her own podcast on Instagram. She goes Instagram Live. I saw the first 2 episodes. The first episode V was on. It was amazing. It was the very first time she did it. I'm telling you now, she's like a professional. I was kind of scared. I was like, she's gonna take over the podcast area and we're gonna be shut down. Let me get her on the show so I can calm her down, let her know that, don't try to take us over. Can we combine? Can we be together? Can we, we both
collaborate?
You know what I'm saying? We both from ATL. Can we can we get a little love too? You know what I'm saying? But Fresh Network did a spotlight on her. It was amazing. She has an amazing story of how she came up and get a college degree. She's a Navy recruiter. You know what I'm saying? And her story is amazing. And like I said, we always say these people we don't know personally. I don't know her personally. I've never actually met her. Today was the first time I ever talked to her on the phone, but her personality on her podcast is outstanding. It's amazing. You know what I mean? So
V's not here. I'll do the drum roll. I can't. Never mind.
So she's known as
there you
Navy
go.
Recruiter.
God.
She's known as Navy Recruiter on Instagram. So we'll see what she wants to be called on here. She might want to be official and be called by Pit House a Heel or something like that. So we're just gonna bring her on. It's ATL Recruiter. Introducing ATL Recruiter, everybody.
ATL.
Hey, how y'all doing? How y'all doing?
ATL. Good. How are you?
Good.
I do my own drum roll.
Oh, there you go.
Okay,
Sounds
okay.
so much better. V usually does it, so I don't know.
We're professional. We just amateurs over here when it comes to drum rolls.
Yeah.
I think, for the sake of this show, we're going to go by Big Ange. Anybody who has ever bowled against me knows that I am the champion. Okay. I am the champion of getting the little kid thing out there. And put the bowl on a little kid thing. It goes down the middle every single time. They call me Big Ange for that. So that's what we'll go by today.
No. Okay. So Charlie came on here talking about, who was the
That was
KG is a professional bowler. Yeah.
Yeah, he's a professional bowler. I thought you were going to come on and say you're a professional bowler. I was like, what is this, like a pastime of the Navy? Okay.
No, I met KG before. KG does it for real. I don't do it for real, but I wouldn't actually go against him unless they put the little stand in the middle, and then I can bowl all day.
Man, that dude, he fooled us because when people like get together, they're about to bowl. You have your talkers and this and that. So he quiet, getting his, putting his shoes on, get the ball. So we start bowling, and I'm looking and I'm like, oh this dude can really bowl. Like you bowl. Right. Like
he unzips his bag.
Put the gloves on and everything.
They put that powder out, it's done deal like this, and they rub it. You're like, yeah, I'm good. I'm gonna go get some nachos. Y'all can have my roll. I ain't gonna be doing this. You're not gonna have it.
Anytime they bring their own shoes, that's a problem. You should already know that's a problem.
Or their own bowling ball.
Right, or their own ball.
Or the towel.
On it.
The towel.
Right.
Yes, that towel.
Sweaty hands. Got to use my own towel.
I wipe my hands on my pants. I got dirty pants on all night. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But they roll the ball like
so you're rubbing the ball real good. Yeah.
You doing
they get ready.
But
Big Ange, so Big Ange, how was your week?
Yeah.
How's your Friday going so far?
My week it's been pretty decent. Interesting thing, the mayor of Atlanta and the governor of Atlanta are beefing right now.
Yeah.
And so they trying to shut down some things and then trying to open up some things. Not that we can do too much anyway, but I'm like, man, we done made the shade room. Georgia done made the shade room because the governor is suing the mayor right now. And so that's what we dealing with in Georgia. But other than that, my week's been pretty good. Everything's good in the recruiting realm. So I'm just chilling today.
It's a bit.
Cool.
We're happy you're on the show.
Good.
You're on the show. You know what I'm saying? We know we had that amazing story. We're gonna get to everything like that. Amazing story of the way that
Let's talk about today. We gotta talk about today. Yeah.
What happened today?
Let's talk about today.
Okay, what happened
Let's talk about
today?
today. All right, so today I went and we had to go outside and PT. All right. So
Hold
we're
on.
PTing with.
Oh, you said PT.
You
All
hear
right.
me?
So because the
Yeah,
Dean's
PT.
watching this too. So
Oh, yeah.
Okay, yeah, physical training. We're doing some physical training outside in 95-degree weather. Okay. Usually I skip out on
95-degree weather.
but
What?
95-degree weather. Usually I skip out on it, but our boss's boss came today, so I was like, man, I guess I can't skip it. So I go through the whole little ordeal. We running around the building a couple times, and I'm like, man, this is too much. I get home, I take a nap, and I put my phone on Do Not Disturb, and I get about. and here's the thing: when I put my phone on Do Not Disturb, that's what that means. All right, Do Not Disturb. Somehow, some way, somebody got through Do Not Disturb. Okay, somebody got through Do Not Disturb. They was determined to get me on Savage Hour.
hold on, you calling me out now. Hold on now. You calling me out. I'll be calling 15 times. 15 times in a lot. That's not a lot.
I looked at my phone. I said, doggone, I got 25 missed calls. Who the heck is calling me this many times to get to my Do Not Disturb now? And then I see a polite text message from Scott. I said, oh, okay, I see what this is. But that work phone, boy, I tell you one thing, okay? That thing was finna go outside.
Not on Friday.
not on Friday. It's Friday, 5 in the evening. Ain't nobody trying to join the Navy that bad. All right.
and if they are, they're probably not qualified.
Right, and they're probably not qualified. You're doing too much. At that point, you're doing too much.
So I was about to, when you called me, I was texting you. I was texting you when you called.
Instagram. He found my Facebook. I said, good Lord.
Look,
Hey, that's how we do. That's how we do. We're savages.
yes, I guess canceled on us. I was like, look, ATL recruiter, go ahead, let's get her on. Oh, V, you got a number? Oh, bet, let me get that. Oh,
He was about to send a letter too.
Instagram. Hey, somebody else call her. Somebody post on her Instagram that we need to get in contact with her so she can hit us up. Something.
Everybody tag her. She done made some videos today. She done posted a TikTok. Somebody tag her. I know she out there.
I know she's on way.
Yeah, so she can't say she ain't on. Like she on Instagram, so she can't say she's not on Instagram. So yeah, no. She gonna get on here. But when you hit me, I was like, bet. Was excited. You know, Bougie already had some pictures of you from the Military Fresh Network spotlight.
Right. Mm-hmm.
So she put that up quick too. I was like, hey, I called her. I was like, hey, I got her.
Yeah, she did.
Yeah.
She was like, boom, got it. She put on her makeup, talking to me on the phone. And next thing I know, she came up with a thing. I was like, you just putting on your makeup. Like, how did you do that?
I said, that's why I asked her. I said, y'all got a flyer? And he was like, no, I don't think we're going to be able to do a flyer. 10 minutes. I said, doggone. I don't know who this is. But this is professional.
And you look lovely too. I just want to point out.
Yeah.
Lovely.
Yeah.
Thank you.
People, you don't play no games.
Yeah.
Thank you. I was like,
Bougie don't play them
man,
games. She should be called
she
Beast.
threw that thing together, didn't she?
Yeah.
Right. Switch names.
Bougie Beast.
Switch names immediately.
Yeah, her name is Bougie Beast. We're gonna change it to. I'm just gonna
You
have
gotta
my
change your name to Bougie with that Falcons banner behind you.
Hey, look, listen, hold on. Let me explain something to you right quick, Bougie. I control this
Here
stuff,
we
right?
go.
You know, I
Here
can
we
keep
go.
it
Go. Look, hey,
Go
everybody-
Cowboys. We
You know
them
what I'm
boys.
saying? Out. You know what I'm saying? Hey, remember Martin? Remember the show Martin? That's me. All right. I'm keeping people out. Think about like Pam.
Bill
Okay?
Browns.
Pam.
As long
What?
as it's not the as long as it's not the Redskins, because we don't even know what we're gonna call them now. So as long
That
as
was my team too. Like that was my team, legit.
well, you better throw in some names because they coming up with crazy stuff. All right, that's all I know.
Yeah. They've been all over the place with it. Seriously. Yeah.
Hey,
I
tell
mean,
you,
the good thing about this is that the merchandise they'll be able to sell as like classic or like like throwback
Yeah.
or vintage,
Retro.
right? They'll be able to add, and with those names come more money, because people are gonna buy them
That's true.
still. Yeah,
Yeah.
no.
no,
He said no. He said no. Regardless,
no Falcons
they still
Hey,
gonna
so
suck.
Britt,
or Browns.
Britt, tell your husband he can get blocked, so he won't be able to see the show.
Hey, he's
Who's
coming in here
hold
with
on,
some he got that Saints nonsense. You know what I mean?
Oh, I knew somebody was gonna come on with the Saints.
Here's the problem in our house. I'm from Texas. He's from Louisiana. So it's like a Saints Cowboys showdown every NFL season.
Man,
And-
Louisiana, Texas.
We ain't gonna say nothing about the Giants. I didn't know they had a team, but
Yeah, we didn't.
the Giants. We didn't even know they still got a team.
That's kind of beat up.
Yeah, I didn't know they were still in existence. I thought they was like they're an expansion team, right? They're playing at like the minor leagues, and they gotta get people to come up to like the Jets or something. I don't know.
I'm waiting to see that somebody post a score on there because I know they're gonna do it.
I know they're gonna do it. I know they're gonna do it.
28-3.
I'll think too. But
Yeah. Just about every show they post that score. Senior Levy, where you at? Elite.
I know your husband's about to do it. He's probably typing right now, so he can put it out there.
Probably.
Immediately.
Yeah.
How many viewers do y'all have? Can y'all see that?
Right now we got 20 on there. I don't know how many we
wow.
have on YouTube right now because it shows what we have on Facebook right now. So
Okay.
we just started. We
Oh,
usually
we got
only do
another.
an
Who
hour,
that
They
fan?
coming in.
but
Yeah, they're coming in.
last week we went almost 2 hours. We're not gonna try to do 2 hours.
No, we're not doing. I can't do 2 hours a night.
The show goes on.
He said
But-
absolutely not.
I got in trouble last week
Not tonight.
for doing 2 hours with my wife.
Good.
I had to sleep downstairs, so I can't do 2 hours.
No.
You slept downstairs for real?
Sleep downstairs.
Yeah, I had to sleep on the couch, so I was in there for 2 hours. So
Come on, man.
Learn your lesson.
You're supposed to sleep on top of the cover with your own little blanket. And then
Yeah,
every time
okay.
she try to move, she turn into a burrito.
Talk about it.
I better have it.
Yo, wake up, Jay.
Look now.
Now,
He's trying to give you some secrets.
Don't listen to me. Don't listen to me.
We had another request. One more request for what are you smoking, Dot? Everybody wants
Oh.
to know. Inquiring minds.
San Cristobal. Is that too close? Okay,
Yeah.
maybe.
Yeah. I see a parrot. Is that
Let
a
me tell y'all
parrot? No.
something.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's
bird.
it.
I smoked a cigar one time. okay?
Only once?
Like a real one, a real cigar one time.
Okay.
Not a black and
And
white.
Me too.
yeah, we ain't gonna talk about like a miles back in the day now. But that cigar, you can't inhale. Like you're not supposed to like inhale. And so I did, and I about died.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
said, oh no.
The first time,
They
yeah.
need to have a rule book on how to smoke a cigar. You can't just go in
Yeah,
like you.
I
And
agree.
I took a big puff too. I was
Mhm.
like, oh, I need to feel it. I need to get
That's
all of
it.
this. And then
That's whoever you were with, Paul. They
And then
should
you
have told
did.
you that.
none
set
of us
you up.
knew. We was
They set
none
you
of us knew we was at a cigar bar. They put us in the VIP section. This all of our first time smoking a cigar. They clicked the little end for us. The waitress clicked the little end for us, and we are ready. Everybody's ready, and they burn forever.
Yeah, they
burn
do.
forever.
Mhm.
This one will burn the
So
whole show.
he gonna be. I was gonna say he gonna be smoking all weekend on that cigar. So
The whole
Yeah.
weekend. Just put it out, wake up.
back at it again
Right.
till the next Savage Hour.
Right. All right. So we're gonna get into the show. Get to know a little bit more about you. So tell us where you're from. A little bit about yourself. We never really want to ask those simple questions about like. So tell us about
So-
yourself.
It's a softball question.
Yeah. So
Where are you from?
You just go.
So I am initially from Philadelphia. I was born in Philadelphia, and then when I got adopted around 9 years old, that's when I moved to Georgia. So I guess you could kind of say Georgia, but then when I say that, people are like, "Well, where were you born?" So
Mhm.
I don't know. How do y'all think that question is really worded? Is it like where you born or where'd you get raised?
What you
Both.
represent?
Both.
I say
Right.
where you're from means like your home, your roots. Where are your roots at?
Yes.
Yeah, I say Georgia. I'll say
That's right.
Georgia.
Represent.
Yeah, right there in
There it goes.
when I was- now I'm not a Falcons fan. No, I'm gonna be very, very
Ha!
I'm gonna be very quick to admit that.
Mo.
You go for the Cowboys, don't you?
Mo couldn't wait to hear that.
Cowboys. We hate the Cowboys. No, I'm an Eagles fan.
Oh Lord, gone kicker off. Gone.
Better than Atlanta.
Thank you for being on the show. Yeah.
Everything that you do.
Oh, we wrapping it up.
Wrap this one up.
Thank you for everything you do. Look now, through the good, the bad, and the ugly, we ride with the Eagles. They some tough fans. So yeah, I call Georgia home.
Okay.
That is where, yeah, and then so that's how I ended up coming back to recruiting. Coming back to Atlanta. So I love it here.
So that was huge.
Look, see, everybody, you
Yeah.
you gotta go to a different team.
So go on and fast forward to you got adopted, you were 18 years old, graduated, everything. Tell us a little bit about how you came to be working, 3 jobs, all of that. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So before the Navy, so basically how everything happened was I ended up my senior year of high school. I got in trouble. I'm not gonna say what I did, but I got in trouble.
We want to know.
No, we not gonna do
This is
that.
Savage Hour, so
Listen. No. Hey, listen now. Okay, it was some things that happened that
Okay. Say no more. Say no more.
Thank you. See,
I got you.
Doc understands exactly what's going on. That's some behind the scenes work. So
right between me, you, and the Navy.
You understand? So I ended up moving to Oklahoma. My grandparents lived in Oklahoma. My last year of high school. That's where I graduated high school from. And then I ended up going to Oklahoma State University. I couldn't continue on because I didn't have the money to go to college. And my relationship with my family is very difficult. I will say that it's not the best relationship that I have with my parents. My mom said that you need to pay rent to live here or you got to go. And so what do you do at 18 years old? I don't know. I don't even know how much I make a check, because I think that the school system needs to be changed, because we don't actually discuss or talk to our kids a lot of times about how to handle bills. So
they don't know anything.
Years old, they don't know. They don't know how to spend their money. They don't know about a budget. So I would make money, but I didn't know how much money I made, right? If that makes sense. Right. I would go and buy whatever. You're fresh out of high school. You go buy shoes. You go buy clothes. You go buy anything that doesn't matter. And so I didn't have a savings account. My mom said I had to leave. So when I left, I thought that my friend was going to allow me to stay with her, or my friend's mom would allow me to stay with her. And that didn't happen. So she drove me to one of my cousin's house. It's actually my cousin's girlfriend. Drove me to my cousin's girlfriend's house. I stayed there for a little bit, and then it got to be too much for her. So she would put like a bolt lock on the door. So I didn't have a place to stay. Sometimes I slept in my car. Sometimes I would sleep at just different places, shelters. And so one day my dad called.
So hold on, just pause there for a minute. At 18 years old, you are, you're just a kid still.
Yep.
18, they recognize you as an adult, but how scary is that to have to figure that out on your own when nobody had told you how to live or how to be, how scary is that to be out on the street?
It's a crazy thing, because you actually don't know the type of danger that you're really in, because you're just trying to figure it out. But there would be times where, so you can't really leave your car parked at a certain give an example. You can't leave your car parked at a certain area for a long period of time. And so the police officers would come, knock on my window of the car and say, hey, you got to move if I'm at a park or something like that. You can't be here. Public parks closed at a certain time. So you really don't even know, things could have happened. I could have gotten robbed. I could have gotten my car stolen, anything. I could have gotten kidnapped, but you don't think about those things at the time that you're going through it. You just trying to survive, So I wasn't really scared. It was kind of like that
Fight or
That
flight.
survival. Yeah.
It was a fight or
that
flight.
kicked in.
Yeah, I was gonna ask, like,
Right.
as a young woman, were you like looking over your shoulder, or were you scared, or were you just like, no, this is what I have to do? So
This is what I have to do, like that's just what it is. A lot of times you can't sleep. It's uncomfortable to sleep in a car. Still to this day, I sleep in a ball because, and I don't even know how, but like in the back seat of the car is where I used to sleep, and it's very obviously I had an '05 Cavalier. Like if you can imagine how small the back seat was, so I would like kind of sleep in a ball, and to this day I still do it. But my dad called me one day and said, "Hey, I heard your liver situation isn't the best. Call us recruiter." I'm like, I ain't really trying to do all that. So, I ain't trying to go into it.
Yeah.
I know what I saw on TV, and so I was like, I'm not trying to go to Afghanistan. I don't know what's going on, and so.
What year was this? Was this 2011 time frame? What?
2008. 2008.
Oh, 2000. I mean, I'm sorry. I was meaning 9/11 time frame. So this was after 9/11.
This is after 9/11.
So that's why your mind's like, I'm not trying to do this.
Right. I'm like, man, they sending people. I didn't see the movies. In the movies, people get blown up and all this stuff, and I'm like, man, I'll pass. Like, I don't know what y'all got going on, but I'll pass. It's other ways. I'll get 2 more jobs before I do that.
Yeah.
So I'm actually at work, and my dad pulls up at my job, and he's like, "Hey, didn't I tell you to go see this recruiter?" I'm like, "Oh, I think we talked about that." I want to say we talked about that. And so he said, "We're going right now." I'm like, "I'm at work." He said, "We're leaving right now." And then, your dad, you ain't gonna be like, Dad, I ain't going. You know what I mean? He said,
Right.
Get your butt up. I don't know if we cuss on here. No, get your butt up.
You can have a couple. You can let a couple slip out. You can say ass and
just two. Only two.
He said, I get two. All right. All right. I'll take one. He said,
no F.
He said, get
no
your ass
F-bomb.
up. I said, all right. And so we went to go see the recruiter. Didn't do very well on the ag. I actually got the minimum score to come in at the time. Probably was a 35. And then the rest is history. Joined the military. And then my work ethic was different, obviously, because you think about where you're from, and you definitely don't want to go back to your living situation. So I was just, I was a hard worker. I mean,
okay,
it wasn't nothing that they told me to do that I wouldn't do.
So, okay, here you are. You're 18, just came up off the streets, and you're like, I just joined the world. Let's go on and put it out there. We're the world's greatest Navy. I just joined the world's greatest Navy, right? But this was not something that you wanted originally, knowing what September 11th brought and knowing where we were in the war, but doing what your dad told you to do. How did it feel right before you left before boot camp? Like,
so for me, it was quick. Actually, I was only from the time I started the process to the time I left was 2.5 weeks. Which
wow,
is very fast. Yes, it was very fast. My dad had a lot to do with that because my dad was actually in the Navy, and my dad did not want me to leave the house. It was my mom's decision for me to leave. So my dad was in the Navy. So you get when they're in the Navy. My headphone just died. Let me see if I can get this one to work. Can you guys hear me?
You got them iPhone. You got the iPad, iPhone, iPods. What is it? AirPods? That's it.
This
That's
the first. The AirPods. This is the first generation. I got to upgrade. So if anybody got some reviews on the new ones, y'all let me know. But
Apple's trash. Apple's trash. But back to your story.
Here we go.
I agree.
I'm an Apple person. Oh, y'all some Android users? It's okay.
No, not y'all. Not y'all.
Android.
Them too.
Android.
Them too.
I have Android and Apple stock.
Quality. There's a difference in camera quality over there. Okay, I can see it now.
Oh, what?
Yeah, but yeah. So I'm not really sure what the question was again.
I was asking leading up to all of that, because you were about to go into what the Navy did for you, but leading up to all of that, how scared were you when you went into getting ready to go to boot camp that 2 weeks, you said?
Yeah, it was too fast. I didn't even comprehend what the heck was going on for real, to be honest with you. Because as a recruiter, I'll tell you, sometimes it can take a while for somebody to come in the military, right? It can take a minute, months. And so I'm thinking that that's going to be me because a lot of the other people that I was around, it's going to take them 6 months, 7 months, 10 months. And then what happened was I went to MEPS, which is the processing center, get to the processing center for the civilians, get to the processing center where they offered me a job. And there was no jobs to offer because my ASVAB score was too low at the time. Mm-hmm. So I'm like, oh, this is a sign for God. I don't need to go to war, because that's what you think. It's like, man, the military going to war. So I'm like, okay, good, perfect. I'm going back to my job. I was content working 3 jobs, and that was that. And then I get a phone call from my dad, and I am ducking him. When I tell y'all, I was literally ignoring him. Yeah. Right. My dad was on Do Not Disturb. Okay.
Okay. Just like the Savage Hour podcast was on Do Not Disturb.
Right. I'm good for Do Not Disturb. All right. So pulled up at my job again, and he said, "Listen, we got an hour to get down there so we can get you a job." And I'm like, I don't know about this. I don't know what you're talking about. He said, "You didn't get my messages." And I said, I did not get all 50 messages that you left me. No, I didn't. And then we just went down there. We went down there. They offered me a job, told me I was leaving the following week. So it was no time to really comprehend or process okay, what am I really getting myself into? What is my job going to be? My dad told me what job to pick. So I'm a PS, which is I deal with finance and human resources. He was like, people on the ship are going to give you snacks and they going to bring you stuff. And, that's the job that everybody wants.
You got to take care of the PS.
All the PS before I came to NC, so.
Payroll.
But I'm a back in the day PS. I'm a real PS. You know what I'm saying?
For the civilians, they deal with your pay. So anybody that deals with your money, you take care of them.
You hear he gave you a shot, right?
That back in the day PS. Before we combined to be PSs, that back in the day ones. So
what were you? What was the back in the day?
So I was a DK and I was a PN. So this is what happened. I came in as a DK.
Be a DK and a PN.
What's a DK? What? That's so old school. I don't even know.
Donkey Kong.
Oh.
So they run the ship.
He said Donkey Kong. He said Donkey Kong.
Drift King. You remember? Drift King.
Oh, Drift. You gonna let them talk about your job like that?
See, now I'm one of the world's finest. I'm the backbone of the Navy, so I'm in C now. So you know what I'm saying? I'm good. I came in as a DK, and then PNs was promoting quick. I was like, oh, bet. My career counselor knew that they was coming together. He had to, because there's no way he didn't know. So I do a conversion to PN. The very next cycle, DK was 100%. And then the cycle after that, we combined the PS. I was cussing. I wasn't cussing a little bit. I got in trouble for cussing so much. I was cussing OIC office. I was out. There was all types of SOBs, everything. I was cussing hard. But yeah, I forget. I had just came from the Marines too, so cussing was nothing. So it was just like I'm that old school. So I was a DK. I've been a DK, a PN, a LS. Now I'm an NC.
Oh Lord, you're a job whore, rate whore.
He likes to get these entanglements. That's what we call entanglements.
No loyalties. He's got no loyalties.
I was in an entanglement with a whole bunch of other rates. All right. That's what it was. With a bunch of rates. But I found my rate now. The NC, I'm faithful to NC. I'm faithful.
Yeah, because you're about to retire.
Hey,
bomb job.
I'm faithful. I can't go nowhere else, so I had to be faithful.
can't go nowhere else.
Okay,
Hey.
by default.
It's only out here.
Yeah, there's no other
Right.
option out there.
Yeah.
If they send me back to be a PS, they told me I had to be a PS tomorrow. I just better be a PS tomorrow. I wouldn't like it, but I'll still be a PS tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? Anyway.
So
I love
anyway,
my job.
I want to transition a little bit because part of your story is about education. You were that's Coco.
That's my wife.
She's asking something, but part of your story is about your education, and I just want to point out, shout out to my dad because he always taught me education is the great equalizer. It doesn't matter your race, your ethnicity. That education levels the playing field, and he taught me that from I'm Hispanic. A lot of people don't know, but he taught me that from the beginning. Okay. That's how you level everything out. And education is one of the big things that you harp on because that was something that you were unable to get, but the Navy helped you get to that level. So can you tell us about your journey to get that degree, your bachelor's?
Absolutely. Yeah, that was a long journey. I'm not even gonna lie to you. Okay.
I know.
It took me, but I mean, y'all gotta get some sound effects first and foremost. Y'all gotta get
We
some
do. We're on
Go ahead.
another. I mean,
Go ahead,
we're
I got
about to
you. I
level
got
up.
Right?
Hey,
This
I
is
grew
a
up-
vibe right here.
I grew up
side
watching
note.
Police Academy, so like, I got you.
Look,
We're about to level up. Little do you know, we're about to level up.
It's an announcement coming at the end of the show.
some secrets
So
coming.
you know what I'm saying? It's a huge, big, like extraordinary announcement coming at the end of the show. But we're gonna do story. Yeah, it's huge.
Okay.
It's huge. It's real big. It's real
Yeah,
big.
manifesting.
We'll let you finish the story right now. Go ahead. Do your thing.
So it took me 10 years to get my bachelor's degree. 10 years. Yeah, because I'm gonna tell y'all. Let me tell y'all one thing. For all you leaders out there, I am a big advocate for people going to school. I got a counselor chip for going to school. So back in real talk, I remember it like it was yesterday. They had 5 people in there. It was 5 people. I ain't gonna tell y'all who because I still talk to them today. We cool now, but
no.
But it was. They said. So I ran out of tuition assistance because if you use TA, everybody knows you don't get that much. It's not gonna carry you out through the whole entire year. So I started using my GI Bill. And at the time, you didn't have to be on board your command for any short period of time or long period of time, whatever the case may be. You can jump into it immediately. And so I used my GI Bill. But what happened was I kept changing my major. I'm like, man, I want to
The
do
kiss
something
of death.
smart.
Yes.
The kiss of death.
Yes.
I was like, I want to be smart, man. I want to be an accountant. I got into an accountant, and I said, God.
Oh, hell no.
And I'm not a math person, you know.
Well, you are a lower,
so much math, right?
Man,
you are a lower. You know, lowers we don't do math that well.
Time out, hold up, because wait a minute now. I retook my ass there. You pull my record, okay? 53 right here. You looking at a 53 right here. You looking at a 53.
Hey, you said you was a lower at the beginning. You was a QE.
Hey, and then I retook it.
Okay.
Hey, shout out to CMC Bond. That was my first CMC, and I swear it was some liquor in his cup, but that man would come down to personnel with his little coffee cup and breathe all in my face. But that man told me I need to retake my ASVAB, and so I did, and I got a 53. So you're looking at a 53. So look now. So
put some respect on her ASVAB.
Yeah.
Man, this is my first real shore duty because I deployed on shore duty a few times. And so for those who don't know, in the Navy, I know you say we got some civilians watching. So you get sea duty where you work really, really hard, and then you get rewarded by going to shore duty where you get some downtime and all that stuff. And so I kept deploying when I was going to finish my degree, and then I would have to stop. So finally, on my last deployment, I said, I'm going to just finish it. So I would work during the daytime, go to school at nighttime. If we were in River City or like they cut the internet off and we couldn't call out or whatever, I would prep my teachers in advance and let them know, like, hey, it's going to be times where they're going to cut off the internet and I can't submit my documents on time, but I will get as far ahead as you will let me. And so I would double up on my work in advance. And then on the back end, they would accept everything late.
See, that's that level up.
My bachelor's in 18.
That is.
Yeah. And then
that's that level up.
Too.
Come on, girl.
My master's degree, I start next month at Clark Atlanta University. So
nice.
And then after that, I'll get my PhD. Yeah.
Congrats. Yeah. Keep pushing.
Thank you.
So when you were telling your story earlier, I can so that was in 2008. When you joined?
I joined in 2009, so ended up wrapping into the next year.
Okay. When did you go to boot camp?
Wait, Ben. We have a question. What is River City for the non-Navy folk?
Oh.
Remember, River City is the worst thing ever.
No internet.
River City is just go into a closet and leave your phone outside. That's it's where they take your technology away. Really, so that people can't find you, enemies can't find you. They're gonna shut down the satellites and stuff like that on the ship, so that you're less seen in an area that's maybe considered a threat. Or it could be because something happened on the ship and they don't want anybody discussing it or anything like that. So they basically turn off the internet, turn off the phone towers, and only a few select people can use it.
During your deployment, you're going back and forth with your college classes. You're doing it just like normal until whatever may happen, real world or just because we don't want enemies to find us. They'll cut all of that communication off, and that's River City, and that's what you were describing with your professors, right?
Right, absolutely, and that's why I would get ahead. So they had no problem with me turning in anything late that I could turn in because I was so far ahead in the classes. And then I will say this: they did fly some teachers on board the ship too. They allowed some teachers to come on board. And then also there was I forget what they call it. I can't remember what they call it, but it's a book of classes that you can pick from, and they send you all your stuff in advance, and then you mail in everything at one time. And so it's basically like a disc with all your whole entire school on there, and then you mail it in, and then they give you your grade about a month after you mail it in. So we had that too.
So the people out there that's saying that they can't go to school because of their situation, all this other stuff, you really can't say that because you have a prime example right here of someone who came from something difficult into something great. Just like Ben was about to say, I know he was about to say, because me, you, and Ben basically went through the same thing. You know what I'm saying? Growing up that same way. You know what I'm saying? Ben has his story, like I know he was about to explain about him growing up, the things that he had to go through. Look at where he's at. He's a great inspiration. I mean, to come up from that homelessness and the things that was being done during that time period to come to be great in the military. I'm not just gonna say Navy because I was in the Marines before. So the military period can help you do that. So that's the reason for the show, to show people that the military is not just about you out there fighting and doing this other stuff. You can get your education, you can get your first and 15th paycheck, you can get all this other stuff and still be you. Now we all are individuals. So we all have our own story. I know Ben wanted to say something about his story also.
Yeah, Ben, what's your story?
Who's Ben?
Oh, sorry, Doc.
Doc. Dang.
No, I'm messing with y'all. So
Ben.
I'm the oldest in this crew. My mind. You got Alzheimer's that's coming on early, so I don't really sometimes just.
It kicks in.
So I joined in 2009. When I first went up, like I was supposed to be a CB, but I said something about a speeding ticket that I had. And I didn't get to join then. I went back home. So I was in a relationship then. We were staying together, and she was like pissed. So she put me out. So I ended up living in my car. Yeah, I ended up living in my car, like, staying here and there with friends who looked out for me and all of that. But I ended up living in my car until the time I left, like up until I was getting ready to leave. And I left in October. Wow. Yeah.
Dang.
So, and that was from like March. Yeah, March to October. Yeah.
So
you know what's crazy and interesting?
What's that?
Oh, go ahead. What were we gonna say?
No, you go.
So I was gonna say, what's crazy and interesting is that people don't know the lengths that you have to take sometimes, even just take a shower, like, or use the bathroom. Like sometimes people think that, or I say take for granted what you have, because I used to have to go to the gym to take a shower. So I'm paying for a gym membership just to act like I'm working out, just so I can take a shower, or find the cheapest thing that's $10 a month. And so did you ever have to experience those things too? Because I know that could be difficult.
So yeah, the gym, I did the gym thing a few times. I was very prideful, and one of the things in leadership that I've learned is learning to speak up and ask, or closed mouth doesn't get fed, and just using your resources. So initially I was hard-headed, I was stubborn, I was just like, whatever. But then I started, reaching out to friends, and so I did start out that way. And I had a 78 Caprice, so that back seat was big and comfortable. I was talking about this earlier on my Snapchat, because the seat was like crushed velvet, like red crushed velvet, and my air went out. So it's hot, and I'm laying on some velvet. Man. Yeah, some velvet seats trying to, so
velvet.
Velvet. I was just talking about that earlier. It's crazy how like the turn of event, like, with you being on the show today and having your story, and you are a great inspiration, because it takes a lot to, kick in the gear and push forward. Some people would have let that wall like keep them in that situation. You climbed the wall and you took them bricks and you built a house. You know what I mean?
Yeah, so I appreciate that.
Yeah.
What I want to say this about both y'all and you, Beast, because I want to just kind of bring this like into today's terms. But a lot of times when we're in that darkness and that's all that we can see is that darkness, a lot of people will just quit and sit down and say, I'm in the dark. But y'all kept looking for the light. You know what I mean? You're living out of your cars, and you just kept searching for the light to get out of that darkness, to get out of that time, and the courage and the strength to get out of that darkness. And I was thinking about this because I was thinking about you, Big Ange, like before all of this. It's just the courage to keep pushing forward and keep moving just one step to find that light is amazing.
Yeah, it's just I think because to come from where you are told that you can't do this, or told you can't do that, or shown that this is where you're going to be. Us as African Americans, sometimes that we what we see our situation as being, it's still like sometimes we feel like we have to stay in that situation. And that's all. You know what I'm saying? Like we're stuck and we're stagnant into that situation.
Yeah.
But you all are inspirations that show that it doesn't matter what your situation is. You can always come up from your situation. As long as you pull up your bootstraps and you make it happen. You can't depend on anybody else to make that happen. If you don't make it happen, it's not going to happen. So you have to make that push. You have to make that drive. You have to take that step to get that degree, to not have to go out there and pop bottles every night, because you have to do homework, things like that. So it's a real big inspiration.
We still pop bottles though, don't get it twisted.
Keep it real. Yeah, we keep it real on this show.
Yeah. So I left my drink, so I'm gonna have to wait and pop. But my idea was I was gonna slide away while we're having a conversation, but I mean, show's too good. I can't go away.
No.
I'll wait for a dead spot to see if I can slide away. So
I don't know about all that. I don't know if you're gonna have no dead spots.
No dead spots. We'll have no dead spots.
No dead spots. Because
I was gonna say one thing too. Oh, go ahead. What were you gonna say?
No, go ahead. We let the guests go. You know what I'm saying? I can talk all day. Y'all never say anything.
Yeah, he can. Please, go ahead, Ange.
I was gonna say one thing too. So I get a lot of messages in my inbox from recruiters and stuff like that, right? And so one of the messages I got in my inbox recently, and I'm gonna do a whole video on it and everything like that, is they said military recruiters use a predator style to put people in the military because we go to areas of poverty and we want to put immigrants and people of color in the military. Mm-hmm. And that's our target audience. That's what someone said. That's what the article is, like this major article, and they just kept going. And I want to say this one thing. The reason why I'm big on education is because our school systems in areas that are not funded as well, are not tax funded as well, don't have the best education. And I don't want to say it's because maybe the teachers are getting paid different. I don't really know about those things, but I do know that maybe the books are not interesting enough, or the kids are not interested in the class enough, or they're not teaching things that are relevant for us today. And so what happens is in the areas that are considered poverty, those kids, which is something that I had to deal with, those kids don't always have the opportunity to get good ACT or SAT scores.
Mm-hmm, true.
Because they're not taught the tools, they're not equipped with that. And so, let alone pass the ASVAB with above a 50 or pass it at all. Mm-hmm. And so, and the problem is the people on the Board of Education are not changing the curriculum. And the people that are, that have the ability to change the education to make sure that kids have relevant tools that will help them budget when they turn 18 years old, in case they're in a situation where they have to be homeless, to help them get a high ACT or SAT score so they'll have options, or to pass an ASVAB. They're not doing those things. And so I wouldn't, because 9 times out of 10, if we go to an area of poverty, and I'm going based off of my app log, my application log tells me this is fact. If I go to an area of poverty where taxes are not being poured into the school systems, then they're not passing the ASVAB. And that's a fact. And so
oh, sorry.
Go ahead. No, you're good.
No. Go ahead. I don't want to interrupt.
And I want to make it very clear that maybe the thinking doesn't need to be that recruiters are doing that, because my job is to give somebody an opportunity, period. Just like somebody gave me an opportunity.
Thank you.
We can't.
Thank you.
Nobody can have that argument with me. You know what I'm saying? But I can talk about why I want to continue to get my education and why I'm so big on education, so I can possibly sit in the seat to change the education system so that people will have the opportunities that need to get out of those areas and now can pass the ASVAB.
Right. It's funny when people say that, because I mean, yeah, we're recruiting and we're giving people what we're giving is the opportunity, just like a job. Like jobs give people opportunity, but they're limited. Right. Like the military offers an opportunity to where it's a gateway to so many other things. It's a gateway to meeting people. It's a gateway to networking. It's a gateway to actually getting, the means to be sufficient and, self-sufficient. Mm-hmm. So for people to even say that, like, I get it. I didn't want to join the military at all either. I did it because I needed to, because as an adult, you have to, you gotta survive. So
you gotta make decisions.
Yeah. And this is a career, and this is one of the best careers out there. So I don't know, man. People talk bad about everything. So
I just let them talk. But when they talk, I make sure that
that's true.
I give them my story and let them know. Because we had a friend, we moved to Charlotte last year. We had a friend that was here already. And she said, I'm not going to say her name or anything. And she's a good friend. She didn't bad talk when I talked to her. When I said,
this is Savage. I was saying that.
You know what I'm saying? I don't want to be listening and be like, oh, he talked about me and all this other stuff. And then, her daughter.
Tag her. Say
her name. Tag her. I'm sorry.
It's the greatest lemonade.
Y'all nasty.
I have her lemonade, and they don't spit in my lemonade. Tell you now, you got the greatest lemonade.
Mo, tell her what we are.
Spit into, but
ruthless.
savage.
But she said that usually when the recruiters come in, that she would hide the African American kids. Like, you're not going to take our kids away from us just to send them to war. I had to explain to her, like, look, first of all, since I've been in the Navy, I haven't been to war. When I was in the Marines, that's what I chose to do. I chose that job. I chose to go to Kosovo. I chose to go to sniper school. I chose to go to recon school. I chose to go to jump school. I chose to go to cold weather training. I chose all those things. It wasn't that they were like, oh, there's a white guy, there's a black guy. Oh, hey, black guy, come on over here. You're going. White guy, you can go and be admin. Black guy, come on over here. White guy, that's not what they were saying. So
No.
And then all the things that I have right now. I'm not a materialistic person, but the things that I have that, number one, God gave me, and number two, the military gave me. Now, I wouldn't be in this situation if it wasn't for that. God pushed me to the military, so the military helped me get to where I'm at. Helped me have a place that I never thought I would own a house. I never thought I'd be married. I never thought I'd have a kid. I never thought I'd own an actual car that I liked. No, I never thought I would have these things. But the military did that, and she was like, oh, okay, I didn't know. I thought they would just come in and take our black kids. I'm like, no, that's not how it is. And then you're pushing them away and letting them not do better and not be great because of what you think instead of asking, instead of trying to figure it out, instead of doing the educated thing by going out there and trying to go online or asking somebody to see what it's really like. Like, I'm in the military. You know it. So ask me the questions. Don't just assume. So that's what people are doing. People are assuming that, they're going to come out here, take our poverty-stricken people out here, our minority out here, and just put them in war. And that's not the truth. So
Definitely not.
Gotta make it.
And what's so crazy? And what do I say, squad, all the time? For such a time as this, and I think it's I can't quote the scripture, but for such a time as this, because in this time, in today's world, we are here to speak this for such a time as this. We are here to show this for such a time as this, because we have lived it and we know what the military can provide to everybody, and we can share this as minorities to our, to the young ones that are looking for opportunities.
To the younglings.
The younglings.
Mo is 2% black. As he said.
One. Hold up, one.
Oh, my bad, 1%.
No, it's only one.
It's
only one.
Yeah,
Ancestry. We had a sale going, so I went to do it.
So he
1.2%.
what is it? Congo, right?
1.2. Yeah, he said Congolese.
Congolese.
Yeah.
Congo people or something like that.
Congolese. It's
Congolese.
That's me. That's all me.
You don't even know what it is.
He both of them.
I looked it up after I saw it, so I know what it is now.
Yeah.
I got educated.
You got educated? Good.
So someone said
that we had to.
I
was about to read that.
What happened? What are we doing? What am I putting up?
That we have to educate people that don't understand those things, and I actually offered for the person that wrote the article to come on my show. So I do my live at 5 every Tuesday on my ATO Recruiter page, and I offered them. I'm like, in a very respectful way, I said, hey, I read this article. I'm a Navy recruiter, and it looks like you have some questions, and I want to clear up some misconceptions. So if you wouldn't mind, just come on the show, ask those questions live, give people an opportunity to ask you questions, give me the opportunity to let you know what the numbers actually are and give you facts. Because I had an argument, not really an argument, but a debate with a teacher who said the same thing. And I'm like, this is what teachers are really putting out to people, but y'all are not actually giving them an opportunity. Because what if they stay? What if they stay in an area full of poverty and they don't go into the military? What's the other option?
Yes.
Go to work for somebody else.
This is the only one, but what give me the other options so that I can be more educated and understand, all right, if they can't come in the military, now I can give them another avenue. But some people I see, and I'm like, man, like I just want to take you out of this area, and you can't, because you can't take the ASVAB and pass it. So, but I did. I offered them to be on the show, so I hope that they do respond. They got 48 hours.
They got 48 hours.
Before I put them on blast.
You got 48 hours.
Put the name out there.
Yeah,
Who,
48 hours.
put the name out there. You know, see that they watching, then you might get them on there. What is it? Who are they?
I actually don't. You know what? That's a good idea because I got another
Go
cell
ahead.
phone right
Hey,
here.
King Kong ain't got nothing on Big Ange.
I'm telling you. I'm
Nothing.
telling you. Here it is, right here. They called it. So it's called "So You Want to Talk About It." So you want to talk about it. Instagram. They got at the time of the post 25,000 likes because I took a screenshot and sent it to them. 25,817 likes. They got over 600,000 followers. So over 600,000 people could have potentially seen this post. And the title of it is "Predatory Military Recruitment." So let's talk about it.
Wow.
And so I sent them a very polite message.
Big Ange is savage.
Right.
Ange is savage. She called out. You know
Let's talk about it. No, let's talk about it. They
Right.
say so.
Right.
So let's talk about it. No, let's talk about it.
Let's talk about it.
So it's this.
Right. I like it.
Let's talk about it. People go on there, hit them up, tell them to be on ATL Recruiters.
Everybody go and message them.
Get the messages. Everybody send them messages so we can get this out. It's not a challenge. It's to educate them. You know what I mean?
Right.
Let's be savage and just get at them. It's to educate them so they could know what they're putting out because they're putting out bogus information. You don't want them to put out bogus
Right.
information. So
And see that ties
it's
ties into what we were talking about earlier when you were saying like what schools need. I know that somebody mentioned that that they're teaching. We had a couple of great examples from people about them teaching their children responsibility with money and such. So people teach what they can. Like my mom is like she has her doctorate, and she taught me everything she could, but she didn't know about like stocks, bonds at the time. She didn't know about like a lot of those things because there's a lot that's kept from, there's a divide, and that's what we're trying to tackle and get rid of, and that's what the schools would need to help, get rid of that divide. So
Yeah.
it does, and generations do get better. But as humans, as members of this country, we need to like rectify some of these situations. We do. We should want everybody to be educated and have the same opportunities because together we rise further. Together we go further. You know what I mean?
Yes.
see, I didn't think this show was gonna be this way. You know what I mean? This is what the Savage Squad is about. And this is what the Savage Hour is about, is to bring out these topics and to bring on people that can shed light on things and that can get the fire started. Get the thing, because this is the platform that we have. This platform, might as well use this platform. This is not sponsored by DOD. This is not sponsored by the Navy. You know what I mean?
About anything.
Us talking, and this is having a conversation, and this is what Big Ange at Navy Recruiter does on her Instagram. I'm telling you, on her Instagram, that first show, I was on fire. That first show with her and V, I was like, bet. I was listening to it like I was commenting like, yep, this, yep, that. I'm Savage Beast 357. I was killing it. I was like, yeah.
You was very interactive.
So here's what I want to pose to you, Big Ange. If they do hit you back, would you be willing to bring it on to the Savage Hour so that some of our viewers can come on and say their piece? Because I'm reading the comments here, and a lot of people want to be on that. They're saying, let's talk about it. Please have me in that conversation.
Absolutely.
So, I mean, I'm going to propose that to you.
That page is it's nothing but pictures of words. There's no person behind it that's actually posted. So that's kind of make me believe that maybe they won't come on.
No, it's a troll page.
It might be a troll page. But I'm like, how can it be this many followers on this page, and maybe they pay for them or whatever? But then I'm even going through the comments. I'm like, I don't know if you can pay for comments, or I'm not really sure about that stuff, but if they respond, then absolutely. But the thing is, I'm like, man, I hope they do. Regardless of the fact, I will find somebody who is against people being in the military because they think that we're putting in people or targeting certain areas, and I'm gonna do an episode on it for sure. Okay. If they don't respond, I'm still doing my YouTube video, so they have 48 hours to respond.
48 hours.
Or they become black.
Tick.
48 hours. Let's talk about it. You have 48 hours before we put you on blast. You're gonna make you savage on there. So come and protect yourself, protect your neck, get it out.
But I definitely want for them to oh yeah, there you go. But I definitely want for them to feel like I don't want to ever make anybody feel uncomfortable. I just want the person behind the picture of this image, just words, to come on and talk. Like, have a conversation. You wrote it. Like, let's have a conversation about it now.
They're probably more than likely not going to, because of like what you pointed out.
Yeah, but and there's so many people who have that they have this stigma about it. And so I wonder, after the YouTube video, if there'll be somebody against it that want to come on. The show is going to happen. There is going to be somebody that comes out of it that doesn't want to, that doesn't agree with the method of recruiting. And so I would love to get them on this show, or love to get all the naysayers on all the shows. We'll all talk about it together, because it's important that they understand facts. And a lot of people, they get the information off the top of their head, just like I did when I first joined. I'm like, I watched the movie, I'm going to war. Like, I watched this, I'm getting sent to Afghanistan. And I'm like, the Navy don't even really have boots on the ground like that unless it's an IA, and but that's not our main mission. And so, I'm hoping I can educate people somehow, some way.
That's a bit. That's great. So I know we've been on here for a long time. Past our time period to be on here, but
right, because you're gonna be on the couch tonight if you don't get off soon.
No, I'm not gonna be on the couch.
See how he's talking big.
Think about it and see what she was doing.
She's watching.
Right,
he
turned around when he said that too. Like.
Yeah, I know. We already know Coco's watching.
Chicago, all right. My wife is from Chicago, so she'll come in here on the screen. She don't even care. I'll be on the side. I get beat up. Violence. Get beat up. But
you got mind control over.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? When she go back out.
Okay, Debo.
I got it. I'm not scared of her. But
again, is there before we get off, is there anything you'd like to leave the viewers with? Any words of motivation or any last thoughts? Anything you want,
put her on the big screen.
Yeah.
Put her on the big screen.
Hold on, before you say it,
what's the big screen? Just me by myself?
Mm-hmm.
Oh man.
Hey, see, if y'all would have did this earlier, I could have got my drink.
Right. I guess the biggest thing is, like, right now, especially right now during COVID, there's a lot of downtime, and there's a lot of time for people to do more than just their normal job. I encourage people to get outside of that normal routine, start a business, go to school, do something out of the norm or out of what you think is the norm. Because at the end of the day, we all want to be somebody better, or hopefully we all want to be somebody better. And now is the time to really just put your plans in motion. So there's really, what else are you doing? The Navy's on lockdown. So I just encourage people to really just start their business, do something outside of the military. The military is temporary. Everybody has to get out at some point. I don't care if you're a master chief, if you're the highest top ranking person in the military, you gotta get out, and you're really just here to build your resume in and outside of the military and get your education. So that's all I have.
That's a bit. So while you on here, I'm gonna transition into something because we got a big announcement. So
big announcement.
Big.
So, but to come through this announcement, this question needs to be asked by someone, and I'm going to ask this question and get what you think what your answer would be to this question. Let me get it right quick.
Okay, all right.
Boom, doom, doom, doom.
So like everybody knows but me.
Yeah. Oh, we know it because we saw it earlier. We saw
I
it
have a
earlier.
question real quick while we're doing this. So can people rewatch this?
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Is this a question for me?
Yeah, this is the question. What does Navy Fresh mean to you?
Navy Fresh is what you do out of the norm, out of the military. Everybody's an individual. I'm an individual. Look, you see it, okay? You see, I got swag. You haven't seen my video. I got dance moves. I'm probably the best lip singer ever. You know, it's everything to keep your individuality. So that's what it means to me. I bring y'all Navy Fresh every day.
Thank you.
ATL swag. ATL swag.
Snaps.
ATL represent. All right. So, if anybody
What is
doesn't,
announcement? I'm on the edge of my seat.
if anybody doesn't know, we partnered with Military Fresh Network a while ago. Basically, me, myself, V, and Bougie are all Military Fresh Network ambassadors. And we had a big
Doc steady drum rolling, man. Doc steady drum rolling. You holding that?
I'm getting
That
tired.
sound like an
I don't know
earthquake.
I don't know if that's a
Drum roll or earthquake.
show. I don't know if y'all make y'all wait. Okay, I started to just
Man, if you don't go ahead and say it.
I don't know
All
if
right,
I,
let's just let him wait.
He
Then
goes to
what?
sleeping on the couch every minute he goes by.
We will announce it.
I don't know.
Doom, 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 doom.
What's happening?
So we'll see y'all next week. We you know what I'm saying we so happy that you came on the show. No, we keep on doing what you're doing. We want to make sure that everybody. Huh?
Is there an announcement?
Man, make the announcement. What are you doing?
What's the announcement? What is happening right now? Listen, you got me out of my sleep pattern from my do not disturb. I need to know what's going on.
Ooh, don't make her start clapping in between them words.
Go on, Jay.
All right. So, like I said, everybody knows that we partner with, all of us are ambassadors for Military Fresh Network. So our big announcement is we're changing our name. We're going to be known as the Military Fresh Network Podcast.
Woo! The official.
Nice.
It's the Savage Squad. So we're going to be on bigger platforms. Look for us on Navy Fresh. Look for us on Semper Fresh. Look for us on Air Force Fresh. Look for us on Army Fresh. Look for us on Military Fresh Network.
If it's fresh, we own it.
Yep, if it's fresh, we own it. So
Nice.
our new name starting after this show. Our new name is Military Fresh Network Podcast. So look for us everywhere. All the followers, YouTube, everything. We're big now. You understand? These are big thing. We was already big, but now we bigger. So we are so happy to be part of this. We are excited. We are, you understand, when Jimmy called me and asked me about taking it over, I talked to the squad and we said yes. I was happy.
So
Podcast,
there it is.
man.
There it is.
That's
And
awesome.
with that,
is awesome. Bomb drop.
that will leave you out. We'll leave you
Yeah, we'll leave you with that. So
with that.
we'll see y'all later.
My sound effect.
ruthless.